Hi there, I'm Daz, and in this video I intend to make a quickish walkthrough of a mod that I recently installed on PlayStation. The title of the mod is ERETHFEL AE Update, and this has been created by Crystal Tower 15. So for anyone else that has downloaded this mod and is unsure how to proceed, you need to make your way to this Gerald Mountains Way Shrine, which is very close to Haldir's Cairn, just up from Falkreath. And once you activate this shrine, you will be transported to ERETHFEL Isle, Somerset Isles. This is the Way Shrine behind me. I'm right at the starting point of this location. So this is not going to be a very detailed walkthrough. I simply wish to point people in the right direction in order to unlock all of the facilities of ATH-RIEL Villa, which is the player home that I'm just entering, and also to unlock all of the potential followers that come with this place. As you can see, this all looks very beautiful. Apparently this is modelled on some Elder Scrolls Online content. I've never actually played Elder Scrolls Online, so this all looks very new to me. But it is quite impressive. Everything is locked up right now. It cannot be accessed, with the exception of the temple, which once I get there, you can see this does have a lock that can be picked. It's only an adept lock, so most people should be able to access that quite easily. I suggest that players do so. There are some interesting shrines available in there, and the enemies at this location are considerably tougher than most of the enemies that you're going to meet in Skyrim. So a boost to player stats will be quite welcome. So in order to unlock the rest of this place, first we need a clue, and here we have a clue in the shape of Riminor's letter, which I'm reading now. And once you've read that, you'll realise that you need to head to Vathailin ruins. And there we can find out what has happened to Riminor. So I'm going to head up there now. So I've already mentioned that the enemies at this location are very tough. They will not appear so in this video because I've made myself a cheat weapon. There is a small dungeon here which is accessible straight away. I'm not going to enter there, but I suggest that any archery aficionados do so. There is a very special enchanted bow available in that small dungeon. Here we have dire wolves. They are much tougher than any of the wolves that you'll encounter in Skyrim. I came through here initially with a weapon that did 150 damage, and they took 6 or 7 hits to bring down with that weapon. So we now enter Vathailin ruins. Excuse me. Right, those reef crabs are quite tough as well. So heading across to this facade, we cannot enter at this point, but there is a cave entrance off to the left, just past this giant Nern root. And once we enter Vathailin depths, we're gonna encounter many more reef crabs. Which I'm gonna do my best to ignore. You'll notice several new geodes available. We have this coral formation. We have Melondo geode. The reason for these will become apparent once you unlock all of the facilities at the villa. Try not to fall down these holes. Let's get through here as quickly as possible. I've set myself a time limit of 30 minutes to complete this video, and there is much to do. Right, we enter a completely different area. Once again, I'd advise you to have a good look around. When I explored this area more fully earlier, I discovered several unique skill books.
Now ain't this looking here? Oh,
If I can remember where any of the skill books are, I will point them out to you, if it's not going to take me out of my way. One of them there, Rituals of the Harmonious Masters. I'm pretty sure that is a speech skill book.
ha! Found you!
I think I can ignore the enemies in this location. In order to save a little bit of time. Yeah, you can see another bunch down there. I'll evade those. And I'll ignore that Storm Atronak. And we are now into the boss area. And I'm going to deal with him as quickly as possible. Before he starts raising undead.
Here we go.
Right, I think that's everyone. Right, so Lovinar the Storm Viper. We'll have your soul gems, my friend. And here is the unfortunate Riminor. He's obviously come a cropper. but we can take his chalet key, and also this very potent sword. This is a one-handed weapon, despite its weight, and it is much more powerful than any other sword that I've come across in Skyrim. Let's just compare it to the elven sword that I've just picked up, which does 77. The Rubedite sword does 161. My ridiculous axe does 7,000, but that's because I've been cheating. There is also a rather nice enchanted sword there, which I will collect. I'll take all that. I'll take all that. Right, so I think that's everything. Right, so we can head back to the villa and start to unlock the amenities. Right, so the first thing to do at this point is to unlock the chalet. Now we have the key. And then we need to interact with this writing desk. Informing the owners of the situation, and we now have keys to the rest of the premises. I will also point out that the owners have magically teleported to this location, and they will also act as followers as well. As you can see, we have the follow me option that applies to both of them.
Divine smile on.
I don't want those two as followers just yet.
What can I do for you? It's a fine day with you around.
We have another potential follower there. And I'm going to unlock the dormitories, because we can unlock another follower in there as well at this moment. So there are several rooms in here. Each of these will house a potential follower, but 3 of them are inactive at the moment. This one is not.
Yes?
So now, as if by magic, this room is fully furnished, and we have a new follower, Mindra, and she can come with me to rescue the rest of her fellows. Right, so we now need to head to, I think it's called Summer Pearl Cove. In order to rescue the rest of the team. There are going to be some Spriggans about to pounce in this location. I think Spriggans are my least favourite enemies at this point. It's not really a problem with a cheat weapon. But I don't normally cheat to this extent when I play Skyrim. I only do this for walkthrough videos. It's always best to take out the enemies before they wake up, if possible. And we take this boat to Summerpearl Cove. So we need to gain access to this door, which requires a key that is being held by a Thalmor wizard. So he's gonna need to be dealt with. How dare you fire bolts at me? So there we are. We now have the Thalmor ship key that can release our friends. My new follower sounds suspiciously familiar. So here we have 3 new followers once they are unlocked. We have an Orc mercenary. She looks like she'll be good in a fight. We have a Khajiit pugilist. That should be interesting. And we have an Altmer blacksmith, who is probably the most important of the bunch. So we'll head back to the villa now as quickly as possible, and I'll just make a quick run through of the rest of the facilities. The main manor house has all of the crafting facilities that you'd expect. Arcane enchanter, alchemy lab. In the basement area there is a traditional blacksmith forge. There is an imbuing workstation as well, and a staff enchanter. Now I mention traditional blacksmith forge because round the back of the manor house there is a special elven blacksmith forge at which we can create some very interesting new items. To do so, you'll need to collect plenty of the new resources available in this place. But once you have those resources, and once you have the correct smithing perks unlocked, you'll be able to have lots of fun creating new armour and weapons. I'm going to take a quick look before I end this video. I actually don't have all of the smithing perks unlocked, so there will be some limitations. So I'll let people have a look around the manor house and the other areas in their own time. There are actually several videos detailing that already that have been uploaded by other people. So what we are interested in is the Elven Forge. In order to access this, you need to rescue the ultimate blacksmith, and you also need at least the Elven smithing perk to get things going. As you can see, you can create some quite interesting stuff. I like the look of the Sijic armour set, personally. I didn't want to leave that menu. What am I doing? Right, I can't make a rubedite sword. That's the thing I was looking for. Let's see. Smithing. So I've got up to ebony on one side of the tree. Let's try the advanced. See if that brings up more options. I don't think it's brought up any new options on the armour side. Ah, it's brought up the rubedite weapons. Rubedite glass sword 106. Rubedite sword 162. That's quite ridiculous, really. But there we are. People can play around with that. But for anyone who is interested in having as many options available as possible with regards to weapons and armour, this mod is going to be very worthwhile. So I hope this video has been useful, and I know it was quite chaotic and not planned out very well, but hopefully people have been able to follow along, and anyone who has stayed till the end, thank you very much for bearing with me. Bye bye.